Hey there everyone, what's up? This is Ram here, and today we are going to create this green world NGO web page. And if you guys have watched the overview of this project, I have got the idea of this page from Greenpeace. In the overview I have mentioned this, and actually it's not according to the overview. Now I have changed many things because I wasn't satisfied from that, like some of the things, but the idea is same. I just try to bring some new things in a new and different way. Before this, I have already created another NGO web page. You guys can check it on the channel, and this is the this one is a little different than the previous one. In the previous one I have used Bootstrap models. Here I haven't used, but it has a page where if you guys want to use the model, then you can, and I'll tell you where you guys can use the models. But I didn't use the models, Bootstrap models here. So let me give you the overview of this one, and we are going to code this project now. So here is the title of the web page, plus these are the nav links, and this is the nav bar. It is fixed. Here is the Bootstrap carousel, and I use some animations here. Like when I refresh this page, then you guys can notice that the title, the paragraph, and the button, they appears in an animated way. And then here is the about us section. Yes, I've changed it. In the overview I have given you the overview of about us section, in which I've used the horizontal tabs, but the horizontal tabs, from Bootstrap, I've already used in two of the projects. One is a coffee shop project. You can search on this. If you are new here, then you can search that one here on my channel. And the other one I have used in e-commerce. They both are in a horizontal. They are in a horizontal place. Like the orientation of those tabs are is in a horizontal way, and this one I have made using a vertical way. And let me show you that this is about us. Then here is another tab. So when I click on it, it is telling about the beginning, that how they started, or what was from where they start this mission, this NGO. And here is the mission with an image and some text. Then the vision of this certain organization, the mandate, and the plans. You can decrease it or increase it according to your own choice. I just give you an idea that it can work like this too, and it's a different style now. Before this, I have, as I've told you that before this, I have created the tabs in horizontally, but this is in a vertical. The tabs are in vertical position, and I've used the images plus the text. So I think it's a new style. And you guys can learn this new way of tabulation here. And then here is the stories section, and I think I didn't change anything, just a bit that I have used a shadow here, and everything is same according to the overview. Then this is the latest project section. That yes, I have changed some of the design of this section. Like you guys can notice there is a shadow, or a very nice glowing shadow at the back of the image or behind the image. Then when I hover over it, it has a border, it trims it, and a donation button or the donate now button appears. And if I hover over the image also glows. It has a grow and glow, like grow and glow background. The image has a grow and glow CSS effect. So all the images, I like this way. And here, yes, if you want to add the models, you can add a Bootstrap models here in this section. It's up to you, but I didn't use it here because I have already used the models in the previous one. So I want to, because the idea of this web page is from Greenpeace, and they just showed the images, but only the projects, just simple and plain images. But I just want the design a little bit attractive, so that's why I've used these effects here over this section. Then we do have a theme section, and when I hover over it, guys, it's a zoom in effect type of thing. And then finished projects, and it also has some CSS effects. When I hover over it, it shrinks, and when I release the button or when I remove the mouse over the image, it is in its actual shape or position. So here is a donation button or a donation section, and then this is the footer section. So I hope, and it is responsive. Let me show you the responsiveness. So here I do have some browser issue, you guys know, but it has a menu, okay, and when I click on it, let me show you that the hero image, oh sorry, the hero section with the title and text and the tabs. So when I click on the About Us tab, it is going to show the image of About and About Us title, and then our mission and image, and our mission, some description of the mission, then the stories section. Hover over it, when I click, then the fields, the field covers the whole card. And then here is the project section. So even when I hover over it or click on it, you guys can see that the image, and it is completely responsive. Everything is working well, everything is stacked on top of each other nicely, and it's a very neat and simple design. I personally like this, and I hope that you guys will like it too. So let's go to the code editor and start coding this one. Here I'm using VS Code Editor. If you guys are new here, then I'm using VS Code Editor. Whatever code editor you like, you guys can go with that. And I already have a folder on my desktop, the green world, and it has images. All the images I've got, all these images from pexels.com. And now let's create a new file. So the file is going to be index.html, and I'm going to have a CSS file. So this would be main.css. And for Bootstrap, let me start it from the beginning. If you are new here, then it will not confusing. I'm here in the Bootstrap, getbootstrap.com. Go to documentation, and you guys can get the starter template from here. Copy the template from here, paste it in the editor, whatever editor you are using. And if you are using VS Code Editor, then it has the Bootstrap 4 has an extension. So I've installed that extension by using this area, this button. So just click on it and type Bootstrap 4, then it will give you the option of having a Bootstrap Emmet extension, or you guys can get it from here. Okay, so I do have mine. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to type B4 and let me click it or just press enter. Then this is the starter template of Bootstrap. Okay, let me close this Bootstrap template from website from here. Now first of all, here I want to change the title. The title is going to be Green World. Okay, and then I would like to link my CSS with this, my style sheet with this. So for that, I have to go and I have to say that link related to style sheet and href. This is going to be main.css. Okay, now the next thing here is going to be what it would be. Yep, font awesome icons. The icons I have used here in the stories section, or here all these social icons, and here in the footer also I have used the font awesome icons. So let's go and let's get these font awesome icons. So let me tell you that you guys can get from here, like go to fontawesome.com website, and here enter your email to create your first kit. And they have two options, premium and free. I'm using the free one. So enter your email and follow the further instructions. You are going to get those instructions in your email. So follow your email inbox instructions given to you by this fontawesome.com. I already have my code. I've copied my code. Like here they have sent kit code. That kit code they have sent me, I followed their instructions. So I do have that here, and I'm just going to copy this. Okay, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, now the next thing is, let me close this one and let's go to Google Fonts. So here on Google Fonts, I want Roboto, and let me click on it. I'm going to go with this regular 400, then medium 500, and then medium this bold 700. If you guys want, you can download it, but I don't want to download, so I'm going to use this embed, and I just want to copy this link from here. Right, copy, and let me paste it here. So you know what I'm going to do, hold on, let me have comments to be clear. Mean CSS, and then this is the font awesome, and this one is Google Fonts. And now here I want to have what I want to have. This is a Google font. Okay, I want to have another thing. I'll explain you just a moment. Let me get this font family from here, and I want to paste it in my CSS. So here is my CSS for this body, not body, and body, and here I have to type my paste my CSS code for the font. Now excuse me, let me show you that here in the page, if you guys notice that it has this animation effect, or the text is animating. So for this I'm using animate.css. Just click on it, go to Google and type animate.css. I'm sure most of you know about it. So I just type on it, and here is the web page. So here is the place we are going to get the animations, and they are very easy. It's up to you, whatever the animations you like, you guys can get from here. Suppose this one, if I want the bouncing animation, then can get the bouncing one. I'll excuse me, I'll tell you the process how to use them. Then if you want the pulse, okay, or a rubber band, or a head shake, okay, so it made the this animate.cs, it made the life easier and things attractive. So I'm going to use this one here. It has here is the process of installation. If you want to install it, you have to use the excuse me, npm node package manager, and or if you are using yarn, that you can use the yarn. Otherwise, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this code, the CDN link, and I'm going to paste the CDN link here in my head section, in the head section of this index.html, and here I'm going to say animate .css. Okay, let's save it. Now the next thing is, okay, we have done with the all the necessaries of the page. So now we have to start coding. First of all, I need some room here, and okay, so let me close this one, animate.css, and the Google fonts too. So we have only this page, the project page, and now we have to code. So for coding, let's start from navigation. So I'm using comments, navigation, and end of nav bar. This is the nav bar. Okay, nav bar, and then I want to use end of nav bar. Okay, now here going with the nav element, assigning it a class. This class is going to be nav bar, then nav bar expand. Those who are following me, they know that I'm using Bootstrap navbar classes. These are the Bootstrap navbar classes, and if you're new here, please watch any other video or any other project. I've explained all these things in detail over there. Okay, I'll explain, but not the old things, the new things which I'm going to use, I'll explain those. Okay, and then nav bar light, nav bg. I'm going to use this nav bg in CSS, and this fixed top, it's a Bootstrap class, and then py padding top and bottom is going to be 2, and then I want to have a an id, and this id is going to be main nav. Okay, then we have to use division, assigning it a class. This class is going to be container, and a class nav bar brand. The text would be white. Nav bar brand means the logo or the title of the web, this green world, and its text is white, so that's why I'm using this. And href, this href is I'm not going to use anything here, but you guys, green world is the web page name. And then we have to use a button here for those smaller screens. So the button is going to have a class. The class is going to be navbar toggler, it's a Bootstrap class. Then navbar toggler right, I want to place this button to the right side of the screen. And then we do have a type. The type of this is going to be button. And then data toggle is going to be collapse. And then data target. So this data target is going to have a nav bar. Let's have a my nav bar, and aria controls is going to have a my nav bar, and here I want to use aria expanded, and this is going to be false. And then aria label is going to be toggle, and navigation. So now here let's use the span element and a class. In this class is going to be nav bar toggler and icon, and this is going to show the icon of the nav bar. Okay, now I want to go with division, so div assigning it a class, and this class is going to be collapse. Nav bar collapse id is going to be nav bar, sorry, not nav bar, this id, this my nav bar, so my nav bar, spanning out my nav bar, and then we have to use the unordered list here, which has a class. The class is going to be nav bar nav margin left auto, and margin top and bottom is going to be 2. Then margin top and bottom on large screen is going to be 0. And within this I would like to go with the list items. Here is the nav item, then it should have a link, sorry, the class, and the class is going to be a nav link. And we don't have to stop here until nav link, we have to add the link here, and the first link of mine is going to be about. I'm just copying and pasting it for several times. Okay, so the first one is, let me remove all these abouts. Okay, and the first one, the first about, after the about, oops, okay, it is going to be stories, then projects, so project and team. I do need another one, so let me get it from here, and this would be donation. Okay, let's save it, move on to the browser, and let's see. So this is the, okay, this is the nav bar here, and the title of the web page is white, so we cannot see here. Now let's go to the CSS and let's style it, and then it would be more visible and look better. So here is the main.css. Yes, I do have to do some changes, would be for the web page universally. So the margin is going to be 0, the padding is also going to be 0, and the box sizing, so the box sizing is going to be border box. Okay, and now after this body section, let's do the navigation bg, nav bg, nav background, and the background for this is going to be, I will have to use some RGB colors, so 20, 54, 1 and 0.6, and then I have to use the nav bar nav and then nav link. So the color of the links are going to be white, and I need to use the important flag here. Okay, now let's go to the browser, and here is the title and the nav element items, and here is the toggle. And if you guys want to remove this, then go ahead. I have mentioned the way how to remove this outline, and if you want to, okay, let me add this outline, how to remove this. Let me show you. We do have a navbar toggler class, so navbar toggler class, and here we have to say outline none, and we need important flag because we are overriding. So okay, so there isn't that outline. Okay, that outline, that orange outline is clear. So we have done with the navbar. Now we have to start working with this hero section. Let me tell you the image behind these gradients. The image size is 1080 by 1920. So sorry, 1920 by 1080 pixels. I have this. I've set this image the background image. Okay, let me repeat it. That this background image is 1920 by 1080. Okay, this is 1080 pixels. So this is the size of the background image, because mostly you guys ask me, so at that time I just forgot about all these things, so that now it's fresh, so I'm telling you. And we have to be here back in our index.html, and let's remove this space from here, and let's have a hero section. And end of hero section. Okay, let's save it. Let's go with the section element, assign it an ID, and this ID is going to be hero, and the class is going to be flags, display flags, justify content center, and align items center. And then let's have a division here, assigning it a class, sorry, an ID, and this ID is going to be hero carousel. So hero carousel, and this is a class container and carousel, and then again CROUSEL. Yep. And then again need another carousel. Okay, and let's use a carousel fade class here. So I don't know why I'm having a unknown word. My spelling is correct, I think. Let's see, because I don't think that I made a spelling mistake, but let's see. And data right is also going to be carousel. Okay, and then we have to go with a slide. So let's go with the comments first. Slide 1 and end of slide 1. Okay. Let's use a division here, assigning it a class. This class is going to be Carousel. Let me check if my spelling is no. Okay, let's see. Carousel, carousel item and active. For the active class, the first one I want it to be active, to be shown on the screen. So div class carousel container, and then here I'm going to use the animate.css code. So I already linked the CDN here. So what I'm going to do, how I'm going to use this, I have to use animate. I have to write animate and then underscore, 2 underscores. Okay, I'm holding shift and pressing the underscore, so it gives me this line. And now I have to say animated, and then again I have to say animate and then underscore by pressing the shift. And now I want to say that back in down, the side of that animate.css, I've shown you the bounce and other effects. So from there I've got this back and down style. And then I want to have a title here. This would be let's, and I want to have a span element here, so span, and it should be help. Okay, then I want to go with the p element, and again I want to have some kind of animation here, and for this I'm using again animate and underscore 2 times, then animated, and again animate and again underscore twice, and fade in. This time I'm using the fade in animation, fade in up. This is the name of the animation I'm going to use here. And then I have to go with some text. The text could be dummy text I'm going with, so it could be of 15 words. And then I want to have a button. So for button there should be a link, call to action. So for this call to action, let's have a class, and spelling of a class, and it is going to be btn and hero btn. And then again I want some animation here, so animate underscore twice and animated, and then again animate twice underscore by holding the shift, and back in up for the button. And here let's say read more. Okay, let's save it, move on to the browser, and let's see. Not this one, here we go. So things are not they are not looking nice without CSS, but this is what we do have. Let's have the title text, the p element, and this read more. You know what I'm going to do, I should have a a little bit of text here because it is only in one line. So let's see. Yeah, it's okay now. Or that would be too much. It's okay. Now I have to copy and paste this carousel item. So let me first of all, let's remove this section on these extra spaces from here and copy this, paste it here and here. And first of all, let's remove this active class because I want to keep one slide active and the other two don't want to keep them active. So okay, I've removed that active class from there, and now I just want to change the titles to feel the difference. So for that, here in the heading 2, I don't want this span element. I just say lorem ipsum 1, and then I want to go with the, where is this? Here, for here I just want to go lorem ipsum 2. Let's save it. Okay, now we need the carousel, the buttons, these buttons. Let me show you these buttons. Okay, this and this. So for these buttons, what we have to do, we have to here we do have a, okay, so anchor tag, assigning it a class. The class is going to be carousel control previous button href, and let's have an ID of hero carousel, and the role of this carousel is going to be button data slide, and it's going to be prev. I have explained this carousel also in some of the previous projects. I'm not using it here for the first time. So again, if you are new here, then please watch any other project. I've watched this there in the previous projects. Sorry, I've explained this over there. And what we have to do next is again span element with a class, and the class again is going to be carousel control, and then previous icon, and then here icon font or some icon FA, and chevron left, and aria hidden, spelling of my aria, and again I have seen the spelling of the class also, CLASS. Okay, aria hidden, and it is going to be true, and then we do have a aria hidden is done, and now we do have another span element, so SPN span, and the class, span and class, and this class span class is going to be going to have a screen only. So, and this should be previous. Okay, now we do need another button. So what I'm going to do for the next, this is for the previous, and for the next I'm just copying it, pasting it here, and here in place of this prayer, I need to use the next, and then here also it's going to be next, and then here this should be next. Okay, let's save it, move on to the browser. We cannot see because okay, it's here, but they are in blue, so I think there is some problem here, but let's style it and we'll fix this, because I found the issues. Not the issues solved. No, I don't have that blue line here, but let's see. So here, let's go to the let's start coding, sorry, styling. So end of navbar, I didn't mention that, no problem. Let's go with the hero section. And end of hero. Let's use the ID hero, and the width is going to be 100%, and the height is also height. I want to go with 100 view height. Overflow overflow is going to be hidden, and position relative. Okay, now hero and pseudo class, pseudo element after the content. The content for this is nothing, and let's go with the position. Position is going to be absolute. Left is 50%. Top is 0. Width is going to be 130. Height would be 95%. And background. Background, I want to have a linear gradient to right, and let's use the RGBA. We are 110 and 155, and then 39, and then 0.6, and we again have to use RGBA. We are 20, 54, 1, 0.4, and let's have a URL of the image. And for this URL, as I've told you, I do have an images folder here, you guys can see, and the image I have here, the image name is hero.jpg, and again let me write it here in the comments for you guys to see that. Okay, I'll write the size of this image. Okay, so first of all, let me go with the center and top, then no repeat, and here let me have the image size. So let's say the image size 1920 is the height, and 1080 is the width. Okay, I think it's easier for you guys to understand the image size. Okay, so this is the image size of the background, 1920 height, and 1080 is the width. I think there wouldn't be any confusion in this now. The next thing is z index, that would be 0, and border radius is going to be 0, 0, and 50%, and then 50%, Okay, and then transform, so translate x and minus 50%, and then I want to have a rotate and 0 degrees. Let's save it. We didn't finish it, still need to work. Then we do have a hero before element, pseudo element, and again the content, position, absolute, not relative this time. Okay, left 50%, top 0, width is going to be 130%, height is going to be 96 pixels percent, sorry. Background is going to be RGBA 110 0155 39 and 0.8. Let's work with the opacity, and the opacity is going to be 0.3, and z index here it will be 0. Border radius, the border radius is going to be 0 50%, and again 50%. Transform, translate x minus 50%, and then translate y 18 pixels, and then rotate 2 degrees. Okay, let's see what's going on, but we have to work still. Okay, so it's not visible, something is wrong. It's here, it hasn't to be there. Let's work. Let's do what we have to. Now we have to work with the hero carousel container. Okay, so carousel container, where display is going to be flex, and justify content, better, align items center, flex direction, column, text align center, bottom is going to be 0, and top 0, left is going to be 0, right is also going to be 0. Okay, so yep, there is a light color, but I think it's not visible on the screen. Okay, because the color is too light. Now we have to go with the heading 2. So hero H2, the color for this is going to be, sorry, the color for this is going to be white. Margin bottom, and it is going to be 30 pixels. Font size, is going to be 48 pixels, and font weight bold. Now let's go with the P element, and the P element is going to have a width of 80%, and then animation delay is going to be 0.4 seconds, and then margin is going to be 0, auto, and 30 pixels, and then auto. Okay, and the color is white. Okay, now we need to work with the buttons. So hero dot carousel control, and then previous button, and then again hero class carousel. This should be next, and the width for this would be 10%. Now we have to use the hero and carousel, and then control, next, and icon, and then we have to use the hero, carousel, and control, previous icon, where the background is going to be none. Font size would be 48 pixels. Line height 1. Width is going to be auto, and height is also going to be auto. And then we have to go with the button element, BTN element. Oh, okay. There is some problem in the carousel, I'm sure. And need to check. Problem is in the spelling of the carousel. Yes, that's why I'm just thinking that, yeah, I've made a spelling mistake here in the carousel, so that is why. Just a minute, please. I'm sure you guys have noticed this, but you didn't tell me, right? So that's why I'm saying that there is some problem, and the problem is, oh gosh, I need to fix this. So I haven't used the control find and replace, the replacement method here in this editor. Okay, it's here. And is there any no, I couldn't find this. Let's see if there is a option of replace here. No. Okay, so let me, yeah, here is the spelling. Here I've used the correct spelling, CARUSEL. So let me get, My apologies for this blunder. I'm thinking I've made a mistake somewhere. This is what and animate carousel, and here also. So let me remove. And here somewhere, yes, this page is full with, if I say bugs, carousel, there is also carousel. And my apologies for this. I'm really sorry for my spellings. I was thinking there is something, and this was the problem. I hope that I have find all the solutions. Yep, no, it's, and here again, yeah, again the spellings. Let me check from top. Okay, here I haven't used, and yes, from here. And not this, not this, not this, not this. Okay, I hope you guys accept my apologies. Okay, so now it's working. Now we have to go with the we have done with the previous icon. Yep, 48 pixels, line height 1. Okay, now we have to go with the hero button, and let's say hero and hero BDN. Then the font weight is going to be bold. Okay, and the font size here, font size is going to be 14 pixels. Let's go with the 15 pixels. Okay, not 14, or 16 is good. Sorry. And then we have to go with the letter spacing. So the letter spacing is going to be 1 pixel. Then let's use display in line block. Padding is going to be 12 pixels and then 32 pixels. And border radius is 50 pixels. And transition, have to be careful with my spellings. And transition 0.5 seconds. Line height is going to be 1. Margin 10 pixels. Color is going to be white. And again the animation delay, this is going to be 0.8 seconds. And actually it is too much, let's go with the 5 seconds. And border is going to be 2 pixels and solid, and then the color is going to be 9EF596. Okay, and hold on, I haven't used the image, right? Where is the image? Like, yeah, I missed the image. Well, let me check why I couldn't have the image here. So yep, here is the URL and RGBA images hero.jpg, but I didn't find the image of mine. Where is the problem? Again, let me check that my image is, I do have it. Yep, this is my hero image. I'm just thinking that where is the image? I couldn't have my image here, so let's say, hold on, okay? And you know, I have made a mistake here, and it's not a big one, but it is a big one, the biggest mistake, I think. Let me show you that where I've done the mistake. I have to use the percent here, so it is 130%. That is why I am not getting my image there. And here is the image. Okay, so this is the image I'm going to use, but first I have to use the linear gradient over it, and because of the confusion I removed the gradient from it. I thought that I made mistake somewhere in the gradient. Linear gradient, and then we have to, you know, linear gradient. My apologies for this. It's a typing mistake actually. I forgot to add the percent sign here. So the gradient is going to be to right, and then RGBA again, and 110 and 155, then 39, and then 0.6. Then we have to go with another RGBA, and this is going to be 20, 54, and 1, and then 0.4. Okay, and then we need a comma, and we'll bring it here. Okay, and let's save it. Yes, we need a center, top, and no repeat. Okay, so here is the image. Oops. Oh gosh, I was just, now we have to go with we were working with the hero button, and we worked with the carousel next button too, but I haven't seen that. I'm sure I have made a mistake here too, so let me bring it here. Carousel control and next. So spellings are, I don't think that my spellings have any problem now. We can see the, and this one also, it should be here. So carousel previous icon and next icon, carousel control previous icon, next icon, and previous icon, and the background is none, font size 48, line height, width and height is 0. Let's save it. And I don't know if it's my browser issue or it's the issue in the code, but let's resolve it. Okay, first of all, I'm sure I've made again a mistake somewhere. Hero BDN and then BDN hover. Okay, and we have the width, animation delay, margin and color, and then carousel control previous button, and then carousel control next button, and then carousel control next icon, and previous icon. Background is none. Okay, we'll resolve this issue too. Let's complete it and we'll get back to this issue up. Okay, so after this, let's have hero, and then hero bdn, and here is going to be hover, and background is going to set 0A686801, and color is going to be white, and then text decoration is going to be none. Text decoration is going to be none. Let's save it, and okay, so it's nice. We cannot see the right button. Need to fix this issue. Gosh, too much problems in my code. That's why it takes me a week or more to fix the issues before, and again when I write it for you guys, when I record it, then again I'm having more problems than before. Pixels, and it have to be here. Now I want to go with the hero key element, and this is going to have a width. The width for this is going to be 60%, and then we have to go with the carousel, and hero, I have to be careful with my spelling, carousel control previous, and hero carousel control next, and this would have a width of 5%. Okay, and then we have to go with another media query, and this is going to have a max, not mac, the max width, this would be 768 pixels, and again hero heading to font size is going to have a 28 pixels, and then again we have to go with hero after element, and the width for this is going to be 180%, and then the height is going to be 95%, and border radius is going to be 0, 0, 50%, and then 50%, and then transform is going to be translate x minus 50%, and rotate, and it is going to be 0 degrees. So let me have a before element. So for this, let me just a minute, hero and before, and now we have to go with the top. The top is going to be 0, width would be 180%. Height is going to be 94%. Border radius 50%. Oops, and then again 50%. Transform, translate x minus 50% and translate y is going to be 20 pixels, and then rotate 4 degrees. Okay, again we do need media for the smaller screens, so add media. Max width is going to be 575 pixels, and again hero after left is going to be 40%. Top is going to be 0. Width would be 200%. I have to be careful now. And then height is going to be 95%. Border radius, this would be 0, 0, 50% and 50%. And then we have to go with the transformation. So transform, here is this, transform, translate x minus 50%, and let's rotate, and this is going to be 0 degrees. And now we have to go with the hero before. The left is going to be 50%. Top would be 0. Width would be 200%. Height would be 94% here. Border radius would be same. Let me look, mistake I have made again here. And see, and border radius is same. Now I have to use the transform property. So let me copy this and I'll change it there. Let me copy this and let's paste it here. And here is it, in place of this rotate. Actually, I need a, let me get the, first of all, in place of this 0 degree rotation, let me go with the 4 degrees. And I don't want, let me copy the same x, and it is going to be y. Oops, translate y, and this would be 20%. Okay, sorry, 20 pixels. Okay, so we have done with this, but not completely, because I do have an issue with the right button. I think there is a problem in the markup. I'll check it and we will fix this issue, but it is working and it's looking nice on smaller screen too. So let's go back, let's refresh the page to see the animation. So we do have the animations here, and I'll fix that issue, don't worry about it. Okay, now let's go to the about section and start coding for the about section, and then we will solve this issue also. Okay, so let's start typing the next code about us. First of all, let me remove these extra spaces, and let me check in the markup that the mistake I've made for the button, if I can. Yes, I can find. And here it's not previous, actually it's next, and this icon is not left, this is right again, or usually right. Okay, so wow, so now our hero section or hero carousel is complete. It was only the mistake of this previous and next this icon and this control. Okay, and it's working and animating. Okay, now we have to go with the about us section. So the about section, let's go. I have to be very careful. Maybe I type slowly, and maybe I also talk and type both slowly, because I want to keep it, I don't want to make any mistakes in this section, otherwise it's too much problem. It creates too much problem. We have to review and check, and a lot of processes. So the first thing is the section element with the class. The classes have a margin top 5. Then division, assigning it a class. This class is going to be container. And then again we have to go with the division, assigning it a class. And this class is going to be raw. Justify, content, center, margin, bottom 5. And then we have a division, assigning it a class. This class is going to be column, and column medium 8, and text center, then heading section. Okay, and now we do have a span element, and here I want to say about us. Okay, so let me review. Margin top 5, I do have a container, and justify, content center, margin bottom. This is what we are going to divide it. And now we have to go with the heading 2. Heading 2, assigning it a class, and this class is going to be margin bottom 3, where we do have our mission and vision, vision, and then and plans. Okay, so let's save it and move on to the browser to see that. Okay, oh, it's and and plans. Okay, about us, our mission, vision, and plans. Okay, now the next thing is that we do need the, for my convenience, let me have, and now we need a division, assigning it a class, and this class is going to be raw, tabs, margin top 4, and then another division, assigning it a class. This class is going to be column medium 4, and let's have a unordered list here with a class of nav pills. It's a Bootstrap class, and then nav fill, again Bootstrap, and display on medium devices flex, and then display block, and then we do need a flex column. Okay, and then we have to go with the list item, where a class is going to have a nav item, and then text left. Okay, Bootstrap class, and within this list item, let's have an anchor tag and nav link. This link is going to be active, padding top and bottom 4, and then we need it's a Bootstrap class again, data toggle, and we have to say tab. Then here let's go with each ref, and it's going to have an ID. The ID is going to be about 1, and let's say about. Okay, now let's copy and paste this. Let me copy this, paste it here, but I don't want this active class, so I'm just removing this active class from here. I don't want any problem. And then this about is going to be our beginning, so our beginning. And then let me copy this class, and here the link is going to be about 2. Then now we have to copy this one. Let's paste it here, and this should be about 3, and our beginning is going to replace with mission, so it's a mission. And then we have to have another tab. Again, this is going to be about 4, and our mission beginning again is going to be replaced with vision, so vision. And let's see. Okay, so we do have a text on the left side here. Now we have to go with about 5, and it's going to be our mandate, so our mandate, and then 4, 5, yep, and here it is going to be about 6, and our plans. Okay, let's save it and let's see. Okay, we do have about, our beginning, mission, vision, mandate, and plans. Okay, now what we have to do next is we have to create the tab. Okay, so for that, here just for my convenience. Okay, so let's have our division here, assigning it a class, and this class is going to be column medium 8, and a division with a class. This class is going to be tab content, and then I want to go with another division, assigning it a class, and this class is going to be tab pen. It's a Bootstrap class, and container is going to be going to have a padding of top, bottom, left, and right 0. Then this is going to be a active class, and now I'm going to use the ID. The IDs I'm using here this about 6 5 4 3 2 1. So here I'm going to use about 1 ID, and then after here let's have a division, assigning it a class. This class is going to be img. Okay, and let's have inline style. So the style, and the style is going to be background and background image. And then we have let me bring it to the side, image, and here the URL. So the URL is going to be images, and URL images. So the images is going to be about one image dot jpg, and close it, semicolon, and the div is closed. Now we want to have a heading 3 here, and this heading 3 is going to have a link here, href, and this link is going to be, actually if you want to have a page, then you can link it with the page, but to that page, but I'm not going to do that, so I'm just saying about us. And then after, I want to have a p element, and the text, here is the text, could be 20 or 25 words. And then I want to go with another division. So for my convenience, you know what I'm going to do, let me have a line here, and now I have to copy and paste it for several times. So for that, let me copy this and get it from here, tap pen, and paste it here. But this time I have to, let me fix this issue first, and this should be like this. Okay, and now I don't want it to be active, but, and here in place of this about and image also, I want to, and this would be, it wouldn't be about us, it should be our beginning. Let's save it, let's see what's going on in the browser. So about us, when I click on it, okay, our beginning. So let me copy this and let's paste it here, and this time this about and this ID is going to be 3, and the title in place of the beginning, it is going to be our mission. Okay, let's save it. Okay, then I want to use the same here, and this is going to be 4, fourth one, and then it is going to be our vision. Okay, and then after, let's paste it, and this could be 5th one, because we have done with the 4th, our mandate. So mandate, let's save it, and we have to go with that was 4th, this is going to be the 5th one. I think, let me check, no, 6th one. Okay, mandate, and this is going to be our plans. Okay, let's save it, move on to the browser, and let's see. Okay, this is about us, our beginning, mission, vision, mandate, plans. Okay, now let's go to the CSS and start styling this. So first of all, let me remove these extra spaces from here, And now I want to go with the section. So this is a about us section, and let me copy this, paste it here, and it is going to be end of about us. Okay, now let's have a tabs class, and then nav pills and nav item, tabs nav pills and nav items. And here let's use margin bottom. So margin bottom is going to be 10 pixels. And now I want to go with the let's copy this and paste it here, and let's have a nav link where the background is going to be white, it is going to be white, and the border radius, so the border radius is going to be 4 pixels, and then color would be black, and font weight bold, and border is going to have 1 pixel, solid RGBA, and let me go with this one. Okay, then font size is going to be 20 pixels, line height, it is going to be 30 pixels. Let's save it, move on to the browser. Okay, so we do have a nice border. Okay, now we have to go with the span element. So what I'm going to do, I just want to get the same selector, and let me paste it here, and let's use the span element where the color of this is going to be 053001. Okay, and okay, and then I want to have a font size, so the font size is going to be 30 pixels. Now I want to get the same selector again, paste it here, and I want to go with the active class. So the color for this is going to be white, and the background is going to be okay, 053001, and the border also I want to go with the same border. So the border for this 1 pixel, solid, and I want to change this color into light. Okay, just I want this variation now. So okay, here is the active class. So now it's looking for me it's good. You guys can use your own. Now I want to go with the same selector, but I have to use a span element, and then after this span element, let's have a color. It is going to be white. Okay. Now I want to go with the tabs content. Let's see. Okay, it can work. It will. Just a minute. Now I want to go with the tabs class, and then the tab content, and here the background. Here the background is going to be white, and padding is going to be 0. Then I want to have tabs again, and a tab content, tab and tab content, and then img image, and here the image is going to have a width of 100% and the height would be 400 pixels. Okay, and yes, let me tell you that here the images size are, I'm going to mention it in the comments here. Let me see. Image size for this section, all let's see, images size for this section, or images for this section, the size of the images for this. Okay, I think you guys understand. So images, the size of the images of this section is 1000 into 667. So 1000 was a height and 667 was a width. Okay, so I think I'm sure that this is the size of the images I've used here in this section. Okay, and then I want to go with the I've done with the width and height, and let's go with the margin bottom. Margin bottom is 20 pixels, and yes, don't forget to subscribe the channel, and I'm going to give the link of the channel's page, a Facebook page, in the description below. Kindly join the page, and let's save it and let's see. Okay, so it's a mission image, it's a beginning image, this is an about image, and the size of the image, as I've told you, 1000 into 667, or yep, so this is the image size. Now we have to go with the heading 3. So for that, let's have a tabs class, and then tab content class, and tabs content, and then heading 3. Okay, where the font is font weight is going to be bold again, and let me get it, copy this, paste it here, and a link, and color for the link is going to be black. Okay, I was thinking to go with the dark green, but let's go with the black. And yes, here we have done with our about us section, and you guys can see about, it should be about us. Okay, our beginning, our mission, vision, mandate, and plans. So let me show you the responsiveness of this section too. So here we go. Okay, So it's a browser. I do have a browser issue, you guys know about it, and click on it, it is going to fix, but it is a browser issue. So you can see that it is responsive. When I click on it, image changes, and then vision, again a different image, again mandate, different image, title, and the topic. So this is what we have done until now. Now we have to move on, and we have to work with this stories section. Okay, so let's go and start working on this stories section, and then we have to work with latest projects and team, and you have to do a lot more. So the stories section, here we are, and let me remove these extra spaces from here. Okay, and now I want to go with the stories section. So stories section, let me copy this, paste it here, and it is going to be end of stories section. Okay, so now we have to, let's save it. And for this stories section, you know what I have to do. Let's have a section element first, and here is the section element, and let's assign a class. The class is going to be margin top 3. Then we do have a division, assigning it a class. This class is going to be stories, and now we have to go with the division, assigning it a class, and this class is going to be container, and then I want to have a division, assigning it a class. This class is going to be section title, and then text center class. Now we have to go with heading 3. This would be stories, and let's go with the p element and some lorem ipsum, could be of 15 words. Okay, and then after it's the title is end. Here we don't have to go with so it's the end of the title. Now we have to go with the division, assigning it a class. This is going to be a row, and then we have another division, assigning it a class, and this class here is going to be division class row and column medium 4. Okay, and then I want to go with the division, assigning it a class, and this class is going to be story box, and then overlay and shadow. Okay, and now we have another division, assigning it a class, and this class is going to have a story icon, and then font awesome icon, class FAS ambulance, and then we have to go with heading 2, where the first story is about health, and then we have to go with some dummy text, and the text is of 20 words. Then let's end this column here, and let's go to the browser, not this one. Here we are, and here is okay. So there is the shadow. There is a shadow in the back of this box, and we have ambulance text and title. So now what I'm going to do, I just want to copy this and paste it for a couple of times. So copy this here and here, and now I just want to change the titles and the icons. So here the second icon is going to be FA holding hand holding water, hand holding water, and here it is going to be the title is going to be clean water. Okay, clean water. And then we have to go with the next one, and here the icon is going to be FA and seedling, and here it is going to be plants. I think the title is plants. Yep. Okay, let's save it, move on to the browser. Okay, so we do have the stories section with plants, clean water, and health. Now we have to go to the CSS and start styling this section. Okay, so for that we have to move on to the main.css, and here let me remove the spaces, extra spaces, and yes, we have to go with stories. Okay, and end of the stories, end of the stories or stories section. Okay, now we have to go with the story box class first, and let's have a padding. The padding is going to be 15 pixels, and the background is going to be white, and the margin bottom is going to be 30 pixels, and the position for this is going to be relative. I just want to do an experiment here. Let me check that if I use any light color in the background, how does it look? Just to experience. Oh, it's looking nice. Let's go with this light color. I like it rather than, yep. So let's go with this white color. Okay. Oh, it's not with white, with this green color, with this light green. Okay, and now I want to have a story icon. Okay, with the width of 90 pixels, and height is going to be 90 pixels again, and then text align center. Then we do have a line height, and the line height is going to be 90 pixels. Okay, let's save it and let's see. In story icon, width is 90 pixels, height is 90 pixels, text center, text align center. Okay, so we you know, the spelling mistake I have done. So okay, and now we have to go with the story icon selectors, and let's go with the I element. Then the font size is going to be 50 pixels, and the color for this, let's go with the white, and then mix blend. Okay, let's use mix blend property, and it makes blend mode, and then the difference. Hold on. Okay, so story icon, font size this, makes blend mode difference. Okay, now I want to go with the story box again, and heading 2, heading 2, where the font size is going to be 24 pixels, font weight, and this would be bold, color would be white, and again mix blend mode is going to be difference. Let's save it. And let me put it here. Okay, now I want to go with, in place of this heading 2, let's go with the P element, and the font size is 16 pixels, font weight is going to be light, and the color for this is going to be white, and again we need to use a mix blend mode. So mix blend mode is going to be difference. Let's save it. Okay, and now we do have a overlay class, so let's go with the overlay class, where margin is going to be 20 pixels and auto, then border is going to be none, padding would be 10 pixels and 44 pixels, and font size is going to be 20 pixels, position is going to be relative, and display would be display would be none, not none, sorry, and display would be inline block, and let's save it. And okay, going to work, not now, but it is going to work. Now we have to use the before element, pseudo element. So overlay is going to be before, and now I want to go with the transition. So the transition is going to be all 0.8 seconds, 85 seconds, sorry, and then we need to go with the cubic Bezier, and it would be 0.68, and then minus 0.55, and then 0.265, and then 1.55. Okay, now we have to use a content property here. So the content property, after this we have to use the width is going to be 50%, and then the height is going to be also 100%, and then we have to use a background. So the background is going to be 053001, and position is going to be absolute, and top would be 0, left would be 0, and then border radius is going to be 10 pixels and 0 pixel, again 0 pixel, and then 10 pixels. Okay, and now we have to use the hover. So for that, how we can do that, let's go with the overlay. Sorry, here the overlay class with a pseudo element hover and not pseudo element hover, but the pseudo element before, and background, and the background is going to be 053001. Let's have a width here. The width is going to be 100%, and then border radius radius is going to be 10 pixels. Oops, let's save it. Let's move on to the browser. Hope that everything is working well. And I think it's looking nice on nice than the white one. To me, it's looking good. But if you guys want to change, go ahead. Use the white, pink, blue, whatever you want to go use. Okay. But for me, if we use light and dark blue, I think that also looks great on, and that also looks great. But for me, it's great, looking nice, and let me show you that it is responsive too. So here is the okay. So when I click on it, the color fills the card. Okay, now let's go back to the editor and start working on this latest latest project section. So here is the index.html. Okay, so let me remove these spaces and let's go with what's the name of this section? Yep, project or latest project section. So project, and let's copy this, paste it here, and let's see end of the project section. Now here, let's save it and let's move on to the section element. So let's go with the section element, and the section is going to have a class, and this class is going to be project. It's project, and then we have to say padding top and bottom 5, and within this let's go with the division, assigning it a class. This class is going to be container, and then after we have to go with the division, assigning it a class, and this class is going to be raw. Margin top and bottom, margin is going to be 3, and then we have to go with the division, assigning it a class, and this class is going to be column 10, and then margin left and right is going to be auto, and then text center. Okay, and let's have a heading 1. So the class for this is going to be text uppercase, and let's have a title, our latest project, and then we have to go with the P element, where the text is going to be 10 words of 10 words. So 10 words are enough. Then this is done for my convenience. Okay, now let me show you here, not this one. Okay, here the images I've used the image fluid class, so go for the image fluid class. Okay, image size is not specific there, I just use the image fluid class with the original size of or original dimensions of the image. Okay, now we have to go with the division here and assigning it a class, and this class is going to be raw. Okay, and for this let me have a single project. Okay, then it would be easy for me to take it on. And then end of single project. Okay, now within this raw, let's have a division, assigning it a class, and this class is going to be column 10, then column medium 6, and then column LG 4. Okay, and now I want to go with another division, assigning it a class, and this class is going to be project container, padding 5, top, bottom, left, right, and then outline class, we are going to use it in CSS. And then here we have to go with the image, where the source of the image is going to be images and image 1. And then I want to use a class here, as I've told you that I'm using an image fluid class here. So image fluid, and let's use a grow class for CSS. Okay, and alt also, I forgot to add the alt. Okay, then we have to go with a link. So href, and in this section, if you guys want to use the models, Bootstrap models, as I've used them in the previous NGO projects, you can use those models too in this project if you want to go with in more detail or want to describe it in detail. So you can go with the models. If you guys didn't watch that NGO project, I'm going to give the link of that project here in the iCard, so you can check here, and I'll mention the link in the description below for your convenience. Okay, and then we have to go with a class, and this class is going to be donation, and then the text is going to be capitalized, and let's say donate now. Okay, and then after this, let's have a heading 6 with a class. This class is going to have a text capitalization, so text capitalize, and text center, and then margin top and bottom is going to be 2. And then we have to go with the project 1. Okay, and it is going to be sorry, and then we have to go with the heading 6, and this is going to have a class, and the class is going to be to have a text setter, and here it should have some kind of project specification. If you want to mention the specification here, or if you want to use the models, go for it. Okay, let's save it and let's see what's going on in the browser. Okay, so we do have an image, donate now, project, and specification. Now what I'm going to do, let me copy and paste it for several times. So let me change the image. Image is going to be 2. Let's save it and let's see. Okay, then image 3. It is going to be image 3. Okay. Image 4. Where is the image 4? Okay. And 5. Let me change the image on 5, 6. How many images I have used here? Okay, I've used the 6 images. So the 6 images are, I thought 9, but okay. Now let's go to the CSS and start styling this section. Okay, so here we are. Here is the main.css, and the main.css is going to have a, let's remove these extra spaces from here. Okay, let's save it, and then we have to go with project section, and end of project section. Okay, now we have to mention this. Sorry, need some room not to mention. Okay, and now we have to start styling this section. Let's go with the project container class, and where are the background? Where the background is going to be 136D01. D01. Okay, and now I want to go with the position, relative, and overflow hidden. Then we have to go with the donation class, where background is going to be 7FF767, and color of this is going to be black, and padding is going to be let's see, 1 pixel, not 1 pixel, yeah, let's go with the 1 pixel, and 1.5 pixels. Let's save it. Okay, let me check here. Not enough. So let's go with the 2 pixels of padding and 2.5. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's okay, or we can increase it. Let's go with 3 and 3.5. Yeah, it's much better. Okay, and then we have to go with the position, and here the position is going to be absolute. Let's go with the right, 0, and top is going to be 70%. Then transform and translate y. It's not y, I'm sorry, it's x. Translate x is going to be 110%. And transition is going to have a all, and for 0.2 seconds is in out, actually is in out. And let's have a donation. It's a class, and donation hover, where the color is going to be black. Let's save it. Okay. Now we have to go with the project container, and let's go with project container hover and donation, where transform is going to be translate x 0%. Save it. Okay, so when I hover over it, it's a donation. Speed is too much. Not 2 seconds. Or it's okay. Okay, so hover over it and it is here. Now we have to use that outline. Actually, it's very nice here, so it's very smooth. Let me change the duration here. Not this one. Let's go with the 1 sec. Good, then yeah, it's looking great. Okay, now we have to go with that outline, and this outline and this shadow and this groove and all these effects. Okay, so for that, first of all, let me use a outline class, where display is going to be inline block, and vertical align is going to be middle. And then we have to use a transform property, where we have to use perspective, and perspective is going to be 1 pixel, and translate z 0, and then box shadow 001 pixel. RGBA here is going to be 0, 0, 0, and 0. And then we have to use the position relative, and now we have to use the outline, the class outline before. So here the content is going to be nothing, but the position is absolute, and border is going to be, I'm using this light border. Before that I have used the white one, let's use the white one. Okay, so border white, and top is going to be 4 pixels, not PC, 4 pixels. Left is also 4 pixel, and right is also 4 pixels, and then bottom is also 4 pixels. Now we have to go with the opacity, and the opacity is going to be 0. Then transition duration. Transition duration is going to be 0.3 seconds, and transition property, not with the prefix, but okay, and then transition property is going to have a opacity, and now we have to go with the let's save it. Let's say outline, hover before, and then outline focus for the small devices before, and again outline active before, where opacity is going to be 1. Let's save it. Move on to the browser. Okay, so not this one, sorry. Cannot see that white border, right? Well, I do want to, but maybe I've made a mistake somewhere. Let me check that where I've made a mistake. So let me go with this outline. The display is inline block, vertical align is middle, transform proper perspective is 1 pixel, translate Z, box shadow, position relative, then outline before, position is absolute, border is, and yes, I didn't define the border like solid and 4 pixels. So how? Okay, so the white border, it gives a trim effect with the white border. But if we go with the green one, let's go with the green, the one we had, 755, sorry, FF767. My apologies, it's my neighbor's dog. And okay, so this green, I think it looks nice, better than that. For me it's okay. Now let's go with the image and start using the grow effect with this image. So the grow class, we had the grow class there in our markup. So grow is going to have a display, and the display is going to be inline block, and then vertical align middle, and transform perspective, and perspective is going to be 1 pixel, then translate Z with 0, And then we have to go with the box shadow, where 0, 0 and 10 pixels. And the color for this, I want to go with this 7FF767. And then after, I want to have a transition duration. So here is the, not with the prefix actually, transition duration, and the transition duration is going to be 0.3 seconds. Then I want to go with the transition property. And the transition property is going to have a box shadow and transform. Okay. Now let's have a grow, hover, then grow focus, and let's go with grow active, where box shadow is going to be 0, 10 pixels, then 10 pixels, 5 pixels, and the color is going to be 7FF767, and then transform, here is, and let's go with the scale is going to be 1.1. Let's save it, move on to the browser. Okay, so without hovering, there is a nice shadow which gives it a glowing effect actually, a bit of a glow at the back of the image. And then when I hover over it, this donation option appears, and we do have a border. And then when I hover over the image, then it grows and it makes the image prominent. Okay, so this is what we have done so far. And I haven't changed it, I didn't change this project number. It's all are the project one, so you guys just change it. Okay, now let's move on and let's go to the team section. Okay, and then we have a finished project section, so let's go to the team section. And I think after team section, I'm not going to continue this the next section, like this one, because our neighbor's doggy, they came now and he's enjoying, so I don't want to disturb him. So the finished project section and make donation and this section, or I think I should stop it here. The team and the rest of these sections, the finished project, make donation, and the footer section, will code for this in the next video. I hope that you guys like this one, until now, whatever we have done so far. And yes, don't forget to watch the second video, the second section of this page, okay, or of this design. So I'll see you in the next one, and don't forget to subscribe the channel, plus don't forget to join the Facebook page. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Hasta la vista. Ciao ciao.